pick on someone your own size. Try me, and you're not gonna pick on me, so you're gonna shut up. And I was like, yo, who are you talking to? You want some more? Yeah, you want more? Like, what's up? Like, what's... Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you haven't seen my face before. My name is Avans Noël, and today, as you can tell by the title of the video, I'm gonna be doing a get ready with me, also a little story time. So, pretty much I'm just gonna be putting on my face, if you will, while I tell y'all a quick story from my childhood about my bully. Quote unquote. I want to preface this and say, like, I technically DK was never really bullied because you couldn't bully me, but definitely harassed, if you will. So, without further ado, we're gonna get straight into this video. Let's just hop right into it. Hi, it's Editing Me here, and I just realized I did not tell y'all to go grab a snack and tell your best friend or your sneaky link that you'll text them back. Okay, now let's get into this video.
1, 2, 3.
The story takes place 8th grade year. I was like around, how old are you in 8th grade year? I was like 11 or 12. And I'm gonna tell y'all the products as well, if y'all care. This product is Acne Control Gel by CeraVe. I actually love CeraVe products. I have like a lot of products. Actually, my skincare regimen, I've done like literally like tens of skincare. I used to put African black soap on my face, followed by coconut oil and shea butter. I used to like, I've been through a lot, but I've been using CeraVe and I like it a lot. I actually washed my face with CeraVe prior to that. You probably don't care, but it's a get ready with me, so I'm gonna walk you through it. But I was in 8th grade and I was 12. I think that's the grade you are. No, I was 13. Yeah, I was 13. And there was this kid named, let's call him Gordon. So Gordon had a best friend named Palmer. Let's call him Palmer. Okay. And so Gordon and Palmer one day, and I think it was advisory or homeroom, whatever it was called back then, but they were bullying my friend Oliver at the time. And Oliver, if you guys don't know, Oliver is a really close friend of mine. I've known him since middle school when we were really young. And so they're bullying him. I forgot what they were saying. They're probably just like picking on him, like, you know, making jokes and stuff. And Oliver's like, leave me alone. And Oliver was always really quiet. Like, Oliver didn't say much. He didn't bother anyone. And I don't like seeing that. Like, I'm not like a huge like freedom fighter, but I just don't like that. Like, why are you picking on someone when you know they can't defend themselves? Yeah, that's why you're picking on them. But no, I personally don't like seeing it. You're not gonna do it in front of me. Pick on someone your own size. Try me, and you're not gonna pick on me, so you're gonna shut up, right? And also, preface, I think this will be a great little story time for back to school. It's September. Shout out to everyone going back to school. I graduated, and I'm not going to college this year. I'm currently in my gap year, but shout out to all the college students. Shout out to all the college freshmen. Shout out to all the new seniors, class of 2023. Shout out to the new freshmen in high school. Shout out to everyone starting school. Like, enjoy yourselves and make memories. High school for me and my entire school career was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun in school, and honestly, school doesn't matter that much. Like, people really like make school like a really big deal, and I mean, if you want to be like a lawyer or something crazy or even a doctor, like, I mean, yeah, I guess, but high school is really not that big of a fucking deal. People make it like way bigger than what the fuck it is, and it's really not that big of a deal. Just enjoy your youth and make memories, make mistakes, because that's how we learn. Anyway, so where was I? So I said something to Gordon I forgot what it was, but it was something, probably wasn't even that serious. But growing up, I'm originally from Jersey, as I mentioned in my previous last video. If you haven't seen my video, check it out. It'll be in the description box below, or at the end of this video. But I'm originally from Jersey, and back in Jersey, there was this thing called roasting, and I was like really good at it. And I think I was good at it because I'm really good at analyzing someone, finding out like an insecurity almost, and like creating it in like a witty punchline joke. I'm really good at that. So I was like considered like the king of roasting. Well, actually, scratch that. In Jersey, I wasn't considered the king of roasting. I was considered like top 2. When I moved to New York, niggas wasn't seeing me. When I moved to New York, my mouth was crazy. I would say something, in my mind, it wouldn't even be that funny. Whole class dies laughing. And they were like, yo, Evans, you really good at cutting ass. Like, you're the king of roasting. And that's another thing. When I got to the city, it wasn't really called roasting anymore. It was called cutting ass. So people in New York be like, yo, like, I'm finna cut your ass. I remember when someone said that to me, I was like, what in the barbarian? You're gonna do what to me? Like, you're gonna cut my what? But they just meant they're gonna make fun of you. So Gordon said something to Oliver, whole class laughs, and Gordon stops. And then I made see, I'm telling the story, I'm like forgetting. This is the moisturizer, but I'm not supposed to do that now. Ooh, I'm gonna have to edit this out. Anyway, and then I go in with my Haitian black castor oil from Creole Essence. I love, also known as Huile Nescotie. I love this company. I'm gonna put all the products that I'm using in the description box below, but I love this company. This works on like skin, nail, your hair, not your nails. I mean, shit, maybe. It helps your hair grow longer, all that good stuff. I swear by this. I love this brand. I love this product. I've been using it for like the past 4 years on my hair, and my hair is pretty long and healthy, as you can see. So I'd recommend. So yeah, Gordon makes fun of Oliver. I was like, you're not gonna do that. Whole class laughs. And then I made Oliver come sit next to me. And me and Oliver have been friends to this day, like 7 odd some years later, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, that's it. It's over. I've said what I had to say. Gordon left Oliver alone, gained a new friend. He's not gonna bother Oliver anymore, at least in front of me. It's really all I care about. However, little did I know, I had started a war. So Gordon left Oliver alone, and he thought, okay, well, I'm gonna try to pick on you. But it wasn't in the same way of Oliver. It was in a completely different, like, tactical approach. So I remember this one day, our English teacher, shout out to Miss Shepherd. I love her. I follow her on Instagram. But yeah, shout out to Miss Shepherd. I think Miss Shepherd wasn't here that day. She had gotten pregnant, as English teachers do, and we were in like a substitute teacher's room, right? So I enter the room and I sit next to Oliver because Oliver was like my close friend. We had gotten really close like over the year, and he was sitting like in the same area as Gordon. And I sit down, don't think anything of it. In my mind, I'm sitting down because it's like, okay, like, why would I not sit down here? Like, I don't have any beef with him. I just said, leave Oliver alone. That one time, like a few weeks ago, right? I'm also like low-key, this is too much oil, but we'll be fine. So I sit next to Oliver and Gordon and Palmer in the area, and Gordon starts like saying stuff under his breath. And it was like, go sit next to me, bro. Like, go sit here, bro. I'm still gonna sit here. And I'm ignoring him. Like, I not even really ignoring him. Like, it just didn't enter my cognitive mind because I'm like, he's not talking to me. Like, he is not talking to me. Like, first of all, I couldn't really hear what he was saying, but it wasn't towards me. So I wasn't paying any attention. But he kept getting progressively louder. And so then it got to a point where it was like, I was able to make out what he was saying. And I was like, yo, who are you talking to? Because I'm the only one that like got here, like sat here. So I'm like, who are you talking to? And he goes, I'm talking to you, bro. Like, you're not gonna sit here. He was white. And so I was like, I'm gonna sit wherever I want. We get into a fight, like a little argument in the middle of class. Now people are looking, and me and Oliver, we get up and we move. And I remember the substitute teacher, she goes, Gordon, what's wrong? And he goes like, he's not gonna sit next to me, bro. And she goes, what's wrong with you? You're obviously antagonizing him for no reason. And honestly, when I tell you, like, all of my story times are gonna probably make it seem like I'm the victim, which I am. And I honestly don't play by like the rules of like, oh, I'm the victim, everything is me. I don't believe when people say that. But honestly, most of the things that have happened to me in my life, I was the victim. Like most of them. Like honestly, most of them. But we'll get into that another time. So I get up and I walk away, and me and Oliver sit somewhere else, and I'm like, what the hell is his problem? Like, what is wrong with him? Why doesn't he want me to sex him? Now I'm going in with CeraVe moisturizing cream. I honestly love CeraVe. Their products go hard. So I'm like, what is wrong with him? And Oliver's like, I don't know, but you know, Gordon's a weirdo. So yeah, we're like, yeah, you're right. Something else probably happened. There were probably so many other fights, but honestly, like arguments, but I honestly don't remember. But what I do remember was this. So this one day, I'm in the yard with my friends at the time. I'm in the yard with my friend. Do I want to say their names? Yeah, I'll say their names. I'm in the yard with my friend Kayla at the time, her friends, and then like these kids named like, there were these twins named like Alex and Nate. We're in the yard and we're just talking, doing what we do, you know, cracking jokes, enjoying our lunch period, right? So Gordon and Palmer come up to me, and I think Oliver was there, maybe, yeah, because where else would Oliver be? But so yeah, Gordon came up to me, and he didn't just come up to me with himself and Palmer. He came up to me with like his entire crew of like white friends. Like they all rolled in a pack, and it was this one Asian girl that hated being Asian and wished she was white. Not my business. So they come up to me, and they're like he's essentially pressing me, and he was saying that he wanted to fight, and I'm like, you want to fight me? Get out of my face.
Okay, and what do you want me to do about that?
I said that, and it wasn't because like, oh, like I was scared to fight him. Never. It was funny story. So when I had came from Jersey, when I got to New York, I wasn't an angry kid, and I don't like when people paint that image of me because I was never angry. I was an aggressive kid. Like I wasn't gonna let you house me. I wasn't gonna let you disrespect me because I didn't know who you were. Like it was a completely different environment. I had to get my respect, and you wasn't going to disrespect me. The guidance counselor, do I want to say her name? Let's call her Mrs. J. Miss J she told me, and I quote, she goes, because I think that at that time the situation with Gordon had gotten progressively like out of control, and she told me like, if you fight him, you like, she was like, you were so out of control in your 7th grade year. And it's crazy because I didn't even put my hands on anyone, but my mouth was like so out of control, and like the kids had deemed me like the king of roasting and like all this stuff. They were like, if you get into a fight with him, you will not go to 8th grade prom, you will not go on the senior trip, and you'll get an in-school suspension for the rest of the year. Because at the time it was me and Gordon, we got into it at the end of our 8th grade year, like towards the end. So they were like, it was like June. So they're like, we'll give you an in-school suspension for the rest of the month if you fight him. So I was like, well, damn. I had already bought my outfit for prom. I wanted to graduate. What the hell? And in-school suspension. I had in-school suspension one time for throwing dry noodles at a teacher, and I did not want that shit again. So I was like, you got it. I won't fight him. Like, that's all I needed to hear. But I wasn't going to let him house me in class. When he wanted to go, I was ready to go. Verbally. So, and he knew that. Like, he knew there was that, like, stipulation around me because they didn't want me to fight. Like, when I tell you that school did not want me to fight so bad, like, it was serious. So I was like, alright, cool. I'm not gonna fight him. Say less. You got it, Mrs. J. So when he approached me in the yard on that timing of, oh, I want to fight, why won't you fight me? It was, one, you trying to play me because you know why I won't hit you. Two, if you really want to fight, hit me. And we'll fight. But you're not gonna hit me because you don't really want to fight. But you want to come around with your crew and press me in front of my friends and make it. See, we're not gonna do that. So, you know, people around me were not really my friends except Oliver. But like, I'm screaming, and my little voice was so like premature and not at all nowhere as deep as it is now. So I'm like screaming, and I'm like, get the out of my face! I'm like, you know why I won't fight you? And Palmer's like, just hit him, bro. Like, just hit him. If you're so bad, just hit him. And I'm like, bro, I should beat you the fuck up right now because you know why I won't hit him. Like, you know why. And I'm getting so tight and like I'm fuming. I'm like pacing back and forth. And like the people I'm around, they were just recording and like laughing because I guess the situation was funny, but they weren't really my friends because let someone do that to my friend, he won't fight me. I don't got no stipulation. Like, if anything, like, just back up. Like, you're not gonna do that to my friend. You're probably thinking, well, why didn't Oliver do that? Oliver was a sweetheart. Oliver was a quiet kid. I didn't expect anything of Oliver. Oliver didn't defend himself. He was not gonna defend me. So I did not think, and that's no, like, Oliver just wasn't about that life. And he's not. Like, he's just not a fighter. So I didn't expect him to. The other people around me, maybe a little bit more, but honestly, it wasn't their beef. So it's fine. It's fine. All is forgiven. It was really embarrassing looking back on it. I'm taking my hair out, by the way, because my scalp is itchy. Like, my locks are rubbing against my scalp and it's just not cute. So I'm screaming back and forth. It was pretty embarrassing because my voice was just so like high pitched. But I'm screaming and I'm so upset, and eventually they walk away from me. Alright? Eventually. So then this leads to the big brawl of it all. One day after school, I had I'm gonna preface this. I broke my phone. I had broke my phone by updating it, and there was a virus. So whenever someone would call me, it was like dead silent on both ends. Like, I couldn't hear them, you couldn't hear me. It was like dead silent, right? That plays a part in the story. So I remember this one day. I remember it clearly. Like, it was right after middle school. I was on my way to like the library because back in the day I would go to the library and like, because in my living situation at the time I couldn't go home right away, so I had to wait for my mom to get off work. So I would go to the library, like do my homework, watch movies, and just sit till my mom got off work. If I couldn't hang out, if none of my friends wanted to hang out or couldn't. And I guess on this day none of my friends could or wanted to hang out, or maybe I just wanted to be by myself. I don't really remember. So I say bye to my friends. I remember saying bye to the twins, Alex and Nate, and my friend Naya at the time. And shout out to everyone I'm mentioning. If I'm saying your name, we don't got no beef. Y'all are cool. Or we're cool. I hope y'all are doing well. But my hair is really a ginger, like a Cheeto. But so I walk away and I say bye to them, and I'm walking down the block, and Alex keeps calling me. And he's calling me. And I'm like, why the hell is he calling me? And I'm trying to pick up. I'm like, hello. I'm like, if you hear me, I can't hear you. Text me. And so, this feels so good. Woo!
Shit, I make your pussy throb right there.
Goes, ignore the sirens. It's the Bronx. But he goes, Gordon's following you. When I tell you that message made my heart drop down to my ass. And it wasn't because Gordon was following me. It was, oh wait. I'm lying. I was with Naya. Yeah. Wait. Unless that was a separate instance. Unless he followed me twice. It must have been. Yeah, that must have been a separate instance. It must have been a separate instance because it was one time where he followed me and I was with Naya. And it was like him and his crew. And they followed me into my friend Naya downtown because we were going downtown for whatever reason. And because we went to school. Do I want to say we went to school? MS 104. So we went to MS 104, and MS 104 is on like 23rd, 24th, something like that. So we were going downtown towards Union, and he was following me. And he was following us. And so I was like shaking. I was like, bro, tell him to leave me alone. So my friend Naya, she's like, leave him alone. And she was like, what is wrong with you? And there were these kids that would always, they play a part in the story too. They were from this daycare, and they would always walk the same path past our middle school towards wherever they were going, right? So around this time, because the kids got off, around the time the kids got off, we got off too. And so my friend Naya, she goes, what the hell, Gordon? Like, there's literally kids here. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, I actually, like, don't do this in front of the kids. And I'm like, yeah, listen to her. Like, don't do this in front of the kids. Actually, don't do it at all because this ain't what you want. So, and I remember that she was my friend, but this girl that went to our school as well, Charlotte, she was there, and I was like, bro, I was like, tell him to leave me alone. I was like, this is not what he wants. Like, I want to go to prom, I want to graduate. Like, this is not what he wants. So I think then he stopped following me because I don't think this happened in front of Naya, and it didn't happen at the same place. Whatever, right? So that was the preface. Then I see a text that Gordon's following you, and I'm by myself, and I'm walking towards the library. And mind you, we went to school, on like 23rd, 24th. The library was uptown. So it was uptown from where we went to school. I was walking up the street, if that makes sense. So he's following me, and it's not just him. He's with an entourage, bro. Like, I look back, and it's like 7 white little heads behind me, following me. I feel like I saw a flashback, and I was like, this was my ancestors' worst nightmare.
I can't understand you. Go back to your country, white power.
Like, this probably would have petrified my grandfather. Like, this is nothing could scare my grandfather, but I was like, this is terrible. Like, I'm in danger. Like, I literally felt that way. I was like, I'm in danger. Like, I was this one little kid, like 5'5", and they were tall. Like, Gordon was pretty tall. He was like 5'8". I was 5'5" or something like that. Like, he was pretty tall. And his friend Palmer was like 5'10", like damn near 6 feet. So they were pretty tall, little white boys. And it's just me, and I'm walking towards this library, and I'm like, this is really happening right now. Like, I'm getting followed. Mind you, not everyone that was in the mob were his friends. Some people, like, I don't know what he did, but I guess he, like, told people, like, yo, like, I'm gonna fight Evans, like, today's the day. Following me, like, 10 blocks. He's what's the word? He's chastising me. He's patronizing me. He's like, do something, bro. Like, do something, bro. Thought you're about it. You scared? Do something, bro. You know, white boys love that word, bro. He's like, do something, bro. You about it? Do it, bro. Hit me, bro. Hit me. And I'm like, Gordon, go home. Like, I literally kept saying that. I was like, go home. I'm shaking. I'm walking. I'm like, bro, go home. I'm like, please go home. Like, this is not what you want. Like, he's patronizing me, and down the street, like, people are looking, and they're like turning their heads. They're like, yo, like, what are these boys getting like followed and impressed? Because it was clear, and it was a mob. I remember this one man even said to me, he was like, you're doing the right thing, bro. He was like, because I was walking, and because it was so like clear, like by the body language of what was going on. Like, anyone could tell, like, I was getting followed, and he was trying to start a fight, and I did not want to fight him. Like, it was pretty clear. And he was like, and it was pretty clear when my body language was true of, like, I was angry. I would engage, but I was resisting. And so even this man said to me, he was like, you're doing the right thing. He was like, he's a clown. You're doing the right thing. Eventually, though, we get in front of this these projects in like Lower Manhattan, and he pushes me. And honestly, when he pushes me, hell breaks loose. Like, that's when I just swung on him. Like, I swung on him, a circle formed. I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I was this kid, like, I had a big ass backpack. Like, I had a backpack that packed a few fucking things. Like, it packed a tablet, it packed like tens of books I didn't even probably use. Like, my backpack was filled, and it was filled to the brim. When we fought, I didn't even take off my bag. I just swung on him. So I swung on him, and we're fighting, you know, we're tussling. And my bag had like popped. The zipper had popped, so my papers had flew out. My tablet flew out. It was a lot, bro. Like now I'm using the word bro. Ew. My papers had flew out. Everything. So we're tussling, right? Bop, 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 bop. He had pulled my hair, because my hair was an afro back then. So he had pulled my hair and like tried to like pick my head up. And so I like picked his head up and like punched him in the face, right? Punching him. And eventually we get down on the ground or not, and I'm on top of him, and I'm just like punching. It's a fight. And we're fighting, and the group of kids walk by, because as we get off school, the kids walk past. and there are these like adorable little kids holding hands on the line with one teacher in the front and one teacher in the back, and they're adorable. And I remember this teacher, I remember it vividly, I'll never forget it. As I walk this earth, she goes, "Excuse me! Excuse me!" Like she's like trying, she didn't intervene because what? I wouldn't intervene either. But she's telling us to like stop because like kids are here and like they're trying to get the kids past. And that's a dangerous environment for everyone. Like God forbid, like someone could have brought a gun, like someone could have brought a knife. Like that's just a dangerous environment, especially with kids around. I didn't care. I'm still we tussling, right? I'm on top of him, punching, and then eventually these two men break us up, and this one man like pried me off of him. He pulled me off of him, like he has my head like in my arms. I was like, "You want some more? Yeah, you want more? Like what's up? Like what's up? Like now, like you got it. Like you wanted it so bad, I finally gave it to you. Like because it takes a lot for me to like get angry and actually put my hands on you. Once I'm at that point, trust, you're gonna meet a Mandingo warrior. Like we're gonna go." So like I didn't want to get off of him. I'm like, no. I was like, this is what he wanted. I'm gonna give him what he wanted. I was like, this is what you want. You want more? I was gonna spit on him, but I was like, Evans, that's trifling. You're not that upset. If you gotta think about it, you're not that upset. So he eventually goes home. This kid named Stark, he went to my school, and I had known him since the 7th grade. He was in the entourage, and he helped me pick up my bag, and this girl as well. She was. I'll always say, like, it was this girl, I'll say her name. I think her name was, like, Jada or something. She helped me pick up my bag, and she was like, "It's cool, like, Gordon's a fucking weirdo." Like, I'll always respect them for that. We didn't speak after that, and we weren't, like, friends or anything. I respect him for what he did in that moment of helping me when I was at my lowest, essentially. And none of my friends were there, like, no one was there to help or defend me. The school eventually found out, because word of mouth, and I remember I was in the guidance, like, counselor's room, and it was like the guy had told Miss G, like one of the deans, was like, "Yeah, they fought." And she was like, "Okay, we told them not to fight. They fought anyway. Let's take away all the privileges from them." Like she said this shit in front of my face too. And he was like, "Yeah, but it's a little different. Gordon followed Evans in a direction that he did not live and engaged in a fight with him after Evans tried not to." And they were like, "Oh, well, cute. Well, all the punishments we said that we were gonna give to Evans if he did fight, Evans, you tried to restrict yourself, but you acted in self-defense. So all the punishments we said we would give to you, we're gonna give to Gordon." Yup. Yes, they did. And I felt like I was on trial. I walked away scot-free. I still went to prom. I remember going to prom actually. I remember like dancing on stage and seeing Palmer like in the audience. And Palmer was looking at me, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm on stage, and your buddy's not even here because he can't come. You wanna know why? Because he's not allowed." Aw, but I am. Hope you're enjoying the view. He should be lucky. He got a free concert. People are gonna have to pay for that, like a lot of money too in the future. What? Blow up? Concert tickets are not gonna be free. He should be very lucky he saw me perform for free. Anyway. He did get to graduate. That he did. He did get to graduate. They didn't take that from him. Privilege. I wonder if I would have fought him if they would have allowed me to graduate. Probably. But maybe. So, I remember seeing him walk across stage. And honestly, like I'm the type of person, like I'll get really angry at you, but I'll get over it. Like I don't really hold on to grudges. Like I don't really care. Like life isn't that serious. I don't hold on to grudges. I move on with my life. So I was happy for him to see that he graduated, because you only graduate like 3-4 times in your educational career. And this is a day where your family comes out and celebrates you for your accomplishments that you've made over the past 3 years. You should get that chance. Like you should get that chance for your family to walk across that stage, get your diploma, your middle school diploma. You know, they say your name, your family claps. Like you deserve that. Like you had your middle school experience. Like everyone else, yeah, we had a little fight. I didn't personally think he shouldn't have graduated. When I saw him step on that stage, I was genuinely happy for him. I was like, good for him. I'm glad that he was able to come. However, when I went across that stage, someone definitely screamed fall. And, you know, it wasn't like a loud scream. It wasn't like but it was definitely like a fall. It wasn't like a loud enough scream as where like the whole audience heard it. I heard it, and I wish I would have stopped and been like, I will beat the fuck. That was like my little middle school bully or whatever. It was extremely ghetto. Honestly, I wanted to give some advice at the end of like this video for everyone that like maybe dealing with a school bully or just maybe like, you know, dealing with getting picked on, and honestly like that, because it happens. Like, it's honestly like a part of life. Like, I growing up got picked on because I was too dark. I have this like thing on my ear, and I was picked on for like everything, like my voice. I was too smart, I sounded white, like I was literally picked on for everything that you can possibly think of. And granted, this may not be like a bully, this is a kid that really wanted to fight me and eventually we fought. But I know people that like had to deal with bullies, and honestly, I want to tell you, like, some advice I can give you, this is the king of roasting advice for me to you. Honestly, everyone is not a fighter. I don't expect everyone to fight. That's not everyone's go-to. However, I will say, do not let anyone try to house you. I don't care who you are. Never let, and what I mean by house, if y'all not familiar with that term, never allow anyone to try to make you feel as if you were small, or as if they're here and you are here. Never. We all, at the end of the day, have to sit on that toilet and take our hand and wipe our ass just like the next person. We all put our pants on one leg at a time. We're all human. Don't allow anyone to make you feel like you're less than because you're not wearing the newest shoes, you don't have the newest phone, you don't have the best school supplies, you don't get the most views on TikTok, you don't get the most likes on your latest story. Like, I don't care what it is. Don't allow anyone to make you feel like you are less than a person or they are better than you. Never. So honestly, I could probably give y'all advice on like good jokes and comebacks. Probably give that'd be so cute if I make a video like giving my new jokes to the new generation. Comment below, let me know if you want me to do that. But what I will say, honestly, everyone's not a fighter, but it comes a point in your life, you're gonna have to put your foot down, baby. And you're gonna have to do what you gotta do, because you gotta defend yourself, defend your home. And honestly, just windmill. And honestly, even if you don't know how to fight, I used to like YouTube like the self-defense videos when I was younger, just in case anyone ever tried it. No, not many did, because my mouth was always my weapon, and it was a very formidable one too, but just in case. So do that, you know, or ask your parents to get you in like karate, martial arts, you know, and honestly, after you fight, it's over, like 9 times out of 10. However, I will say be careful, because bro, this new generation, people don't know how to lose. People bring weapons, and it's so definitely be careful. However, 9 times out of 10 from my experience, after you fight, it's over. People, it dies down. They leave you alone. It's out of your system, and it is what it is. So my advice, don't let anyone try to house you, and don't, please, if you take anything from this, don't be a punk. And I say that to say, like, and I don't mean that to like offend anyone, but like, don't show weakness. I'll say that. Don't show weak. Even if you are scared, I don't care. Don't show it. Because once you show that you're scared, and once you show that like, oh, like they put fear in your heart, first of all, don't allow anyone to put fear in your heart. But once they see that they have got fear in your heart, baby, they think that's when it's going to, if you thought it was bad before, oh, it's going to get worse. Because then they know they got you. So even if it's a little thing, make a little joke about their mama. Look, say what you gotta say. I don't condone violence, but I do condone self-defense. So if someone is coming at you unjustly, baby, you better do what you do and tell them Avans Noël sent you, okay? They got a problem, they can come to me. If y'all have any, other stress or stories like that, I'm here for you. You can DM me, let me know in the comments below. I'm here. I'm an uncle of 3, so I understand. It's hard in these harsh lands. It's not easy, nor will it probably ever be, but that's life, and that's high school. But make memories, enjoy your high school year, enjoy your high school year, middle school year, whatever new year this is gonna be for you. You only get to do it once. That's something else I'll say. You only You get to do high school once, unless you get held back, then you get it another time. And honestly, I don't think you'd want that. But high school is an experience and time in your life that you only really get to do once. Unfortunately, with the pandemic, I didn't get to do the high school experience that I should have, or that other generations previously to me got. So honestly, live it for me and live it for class of 2022 and class of 2021, because we didn't get a lot of those memories, and you guys did, and you guys do. So kiss that boy, kiss that girl, dance to that song, ask that person to hang out. You never know where it can go. You never know where it can lead you. Most of all, just have fun and be safe. I hope this video wasn't too long. I know it's probably gonna be a lot to edit, but I think I had a lot of fun making this video. Thank you guys for getting ready with me. I could finish the get ready with me. I just don't want this to be too long, but I'm just gonna go in with some Pomade Creole oil from Creole Essence and top it off with my olive oil for my scalp, because my scalp is very dry. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun making it. Thank you guys for getting ready with me. Let me know in the comments if you got ready with me as well, if you did any, like, let me know some beauty tips, some beauty secrets. I love talking to you guys in the comments, even though not many of you guys comment yet, but we'll get there. This is Annie signing off, aka Avans Noël. Make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Share your brother with share with your best friend, your cousin, your auntie. Tell them, you know, that there's this new kid on the block and you think he's worth watching. You know, and I want to end off every video with like a positive affirmation. So honestly, every video probably like after this will probably be different, because I'm gonna like work out like what end off sounds the best. But honestly, with this end off, I want to say, be yourself unapologetically, and don't let anyone try to make you feel like you are less than. Don't let anyone try to house you. And honestly, always be you, because once you're you, people gravitate towards you. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. Super cheesy, but it's true. So, alright guys, talk to y'all later. Signing off. Catch you on the next one.
1, 2, 3,
Funky.